Quarterfinal tests are here. We break down day one next inside the Talking Elite Fitness Studios. Hi everybody, Sean Woodland and Tommy Marquez. We are on to the second phase of the 2023 Noble CrossFit Games season. The quarterfinals are here, and man, you look at just the first two tests and that escalated quickly.
Yeah, the skill elements are getting dialed up, and one thing that's readily apparent from the outset is that the loading components, particularly for the weightlifting, is going up another notch as well, not just for a 1 rep max test, but for the loading 4 reps across the board, and I think that signifies that, hey, we've got to take a step up here.
Let's take a look at the first two tests of quarterfinals, and we start with one that has an ascending rep scheme. The weight on the front squats will get lighter as you work through that test, and then you have different gymnastic movements in there, handstand walking, muscle ups, and then we end with chest to wall handstand push-ups. Test number 2, 70-pound dumbbell for the men, 50-pound dumbbell for the women. It's a 12-minute AMRAP. You have single arm dumbbell snatches, overhead walking lunges, and 40 crossovers. Competition director Adrian Bozman said things really need to get turned up a notch in this stage.
Quarterfinals is all about just taking that groundwork that we've laid with the open and pushing it just a little bit further. So we had some strict in the open. We're taking it a little bit further by making the position a little bit more demanding with the chest to wall. So it's just a very natural extension, and it's at the end of the workout where you've got quite a bit of fatigue built up to that point. So different circumstance, different skills being pushed a little bit. As far as the crossover, again, we're getting a little toe in the water with some skills there that have either been latent or disregarded entirely. So we'll see how it plays out with some of those athletes.
So now we are seeing two movements that originally showed up at the CrossFit Games now filtering down into the quarterfinals.
And that has been a theme across CrossFit Games history. You think all the way back to 2013 when legless rope climb showed up at the Games for the very first time. Move a year forward, what happens? They show up at regionals for the next subset of athletes down the line. Now, this year, it's particularly noticeable with the gymnastics elements and a monostructural element now, but it's been watered down slightly. Wall-facing handstand push-ups, we don't have the ballistics blocks, and we're doing single under crossovers instead of double unders. I think that's a little bit more appropriate for this stage of competition overall.
Give me a man and a woman who you think could really knock these out of the park.
Oof, all right, I'll go men's side first. I think we're gonna look at those two tests. For this first event, I look at Samuel Connoyer. You look at some of the elements on the front end of this workout, some of the heavy barbell loading, and then the time demand of the handstand walk. I think those are things that fit his skill set very well. And then on the second one, Colton Mertens, I don't think anyone is gonna beat his cycle rate on the dumbbell for the snatches and the walking lunges. And I think overall, he should be able to handle the crossovers. Now, with those same things in mind, I think on the women's side, Dani Spiegel is absolutely gonna put a boot in that first one. She's one of the strongest female athletes below parallel. She's one of the most skilled on her hands, and this fits right up her wheelhouse. And she showed strict handstand push-up proficiency in the open. And then with the same thing that I mentioned with Colton, I think Emma Carey is absolutely gonna smash this first one. Dumbbell snatches, dumbbell walking lunges. It's gonna feel like you're spinning your wheels a little bit here. And I think Emma's gonna be able to put her head down and put up a performance like we saw in 21.2 on the dumbbell, where she won it worldwide.
It is a beefy start to the quarterfinals in those first two tests, and we will have breakdowns of days 2 and 3. You can find those on our YouTube channel. You can also check out the time cap that is available now, where Tommy gives you all your fitness headlines in 60 seconds. You can support us on Patreon and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and we will talk to you next time.